Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss anything. If you're only watching us on TV, you're only getting part of the story. Head to our new website for the latest broadcasts, digital exclusive content, contests, and more. Go to NBCPalmSprings.com. Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Now on NBC Palm Springs at 5, one local recovery center is welcoming Japanese professionals to train. We have details on the two-day study tour focused on substance abuse disorder treatment.
Plus, a deadly accident happening in Palm Springs over the weekend. What we're learning about a crosswalk that did not activate during the deadly incident.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Mester. Let's get right to tonight's top story. The Ranch Recovery Center in Desert Hot Springs today and tomorrow is hosting several medical professionals from Japan. It's for a two-day study tour on substance use disorder treatment. Our Brett Rosen spoke with those involved, and he has a story tonight.
Today, many questions answered at the Ranch Recovery Center. The two-day study tour has brought in several medical professionals from different parts of Japan.
Where in Japan are you from? 日本のどこからおいでですか？福岡です。
This is Yoichi Nakata, one of many psychiatrists who made the roughly 6,000-mile trip to learn about the different treatments for those with substance abuse issues. Nakata says he himself is a recovering alcoholic, and that the biggest difference between Japan and the United States is many do not want to admit to having a substance use problem.
ネイティブで話せればもっとどんどん聞けるのになというところですね。
Yeah, treatment of addiction is so advanced in this country compared to Japan. So there's a lot of the medications, so you can curb the craving. In this country, they are coming out as they recover from the addiction or alcoholism. But in Japan, it's still something to hide.
The Recovery Center CEO, Rick Mesa, says the workshop is about using what they know about substance abuse and recovery to help not just the Valley, but the outside world.
We're here in the Coachella Valley, and we get in this vacuum and forget there are other people who have this, who suffer from this. We get a great sense of, gratitude for what we have.
Nagata says when he goes home, he wants to focus on how substance abuse and mental health issues are linked together.
発信していくっていうのはすごい大事かなというのは考えています。
Yeah, from my experience, I treat a lot of people with addiction and alcoholism, and then as I treated them, then the second disorder is coming up. So those are the things that I want to really focus on.
Here in Desert Hot Springs, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
And a local alert tonight out of Palm Springs where a 74-year-old man was killed after being hit by a car while crossing the street. The Riverside County Coroner's Office identifying the victim as Craig Van Bargen of New York. Palm Springs police say this crash happened just after 9:30. This was Friday night near North Palm Canyon Drive and North Via Las Palmas. Authorities say Van Bargen was in a crosswalk when he was hit by a car. The crosswalk is equipped with a lighting system to alert drivers. However, police say it appears the system was not activated at the time of the crash. The driver's identity has not been released at this time, but anyone with information is urged to contact the Palm Springs Police Department.
An investigation is underway following a deadly crash near Interstate 10 in Indio. The California Highway Patrol says that 62-year-old John Keogh was fatally struck just before noon Saturday as he was crossing the westbound freeway on-ramp at Monroe Street. CHP says a GMC Sierra heading north on Monroe made a left turn onto the ramp and hit Keogh. The impact caused multiple traumatic injuries, and Keogh was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators. Anyone who witnessed the crash is urged to contact the CHP's Indio office at the number right there at the bottom of your screen.
An investigation is ongoing after a man was critically injured in a shooting in Rancho Mirage. Riverside County Sheriff's deputies responded just before 1 a.m. Saturday to reports of an assault with a deadly weapon near Bob Hope Drive and Country Club. According to Sergeant Wendy Brito Gonzalez, a caller told authorities the driver of a vehicle had been shot at that location. The victim's identity has not been released. They were rushed to the hospital by paramedics and remain in critical condition. So far, no arrests have been made as this investigation continues.
All right, let's get a check on the forecast on this Monday evening. Live pictures right here from our Agua Caliente casino camera from Rancho Mirage. We're going to send things over to meteorologist Jerry Steffen, who has more tonight.
Keeping track of those triple-digit numbers so far this year, well, 76 of them were between 100 and 109. As far as 1-teens, 42, but 0 120s. It was a mild summer. 119 was the hottest we could get. There were 2 days of those. As far as the total number of triple digits, 118, not even close to the record of 151 set back in 2020. Okay, tonight, clear skies, 72 degrees for Palm Springs, Indio at 73, 64 tonight at Cabazon, 63 at Joshua Tree. And tomorrow we have a tropical depression to the north that'll kick up the winds as we move into the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. So if you live in a wind-prone areas, yeah, the winds will pick up a little bit. As far as dew points, lower than earlier today. We had 60-degree dew points that falls to the middle 40s, so drier air is on the way. Highs tomorrow include 94 degrees in Palm Springs under mostly sunny skies, 97 Cathedral City, 98 Rancho Mirage, 92 at Desert Hot Springs. Wednesday, all sunshine, 96 degrees, few high clouds Thursday with a high of 97. Full forecast and 7-day this half hour.
All right, thanks to Jerry for that. And we have a heads up. If your drive takes you on Highway 111 the remainder of the day, it will be down to 1 lane in each direction. The asphalt repair will come to a close in Rancho Mirage. In the city of Palm Desert, a bridge maintenance project is set to start that borders Rancho Mirage. Both cities are recommending use Gerald Ford and Monterey as alternate routes because there are some delays across the area.
Today, the 2025 College of the Desert Fall Transfer Fair happened. Nearly 40 representatives from UC campuses, Cal States, private colleges, trade colleges, and more were on campus to answer questions and help students plan their next step. The event was free and open to all students.
This is probably the most attended event in our history. We have probably over 300 students stop by today already. So that's huge. So I'm very happy that students were able to take advantage of this opportunity to come and learn about their future schools.
Organizers say the transfer fair provides an opportunity to connect directly with experts and explore different possibilities.
A reminder that all dog parks in the city of La Quinta are closed temporarily for overseeding purposes. The dates for the temporary closure, they started today. They run through October 31st. All other city parks will remain open. They welcome dog walking, but only on leash.
A new species is coming to the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens very soon. The Zoo and Gardens is sharing one clue every day until Tuesday to help residents and visitors uncover who the zoo's newest resident is. We spoke with animal experts to tell us more.
We are very excited. We are going to be welcoming a brand new species here at the Living Desert, one that has never been here in all of our 55 years. And we are inviting the community to guess who's coming. So all this week and through the end of September, you can check out our social media at the Living Desert and see what the clue of the day is. And we're going to choose one lucky winner and 3 of their friends to come get to meet that new species and see their habitat before the grand opening on November 1st.
If you're wondering, here's the latest clue. What has a white stash, a serious stare, and is the fastest of their kind? Again, you could submit your best guesses on the Living Desert's website.
I've got a few guesses. All right, some fun tonight. Paul McCartney making his first stop on his Got Back tour. It's tonight at Acrisure Arena. The legendary singer and songwriter set to take the stage at 8 o'clock in front of thousands of fans. Ticket prices on resale sites ranging from over $300 to more than $6,000 for floor seats. After the desert, McCartney will stop in Las Vegas, Denver, New Orleans, and then his final 2 shows are set for Chicago in November. For Acrisure Arena, McCartney's show is the first of 7 events in just 12 days. They're calling it the Magnificent 7. Other acts who are featured include The Who, Blink-182, Maroon 5, and then there's NBA preseason action, as well as the Coachella Valley Firebirds home opener.
All right, coming up next tonight, with mortgage rates finally coming down, we're going to learn more about why the time to refinance your home might be coming up.
Plus, we'll have a live look for you tonight from the nation's capital with a looming government shutdown on the horizon. We'll take a look at the ways it may impact everything from Social Security to education. That's after the break. Stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 5.
Welcome back. Mortgage rates are finally coming down, and many financial experts say this is good news for the housing market.
If you bought a home when rates were high, you may be asking, is now a good time to refinance your mortgage and lower your monthly rate? Jen Sullivan explains the pros and cons of refinancing.
The American dream of owning a home has remained just a dream for many potential buyers as the reality of high prices and high interest rates has shut them out.
The elevated mortgage rate reduced the transaction activity.
Lawrence Yoon with the National Association of Realtors says home sale prices aren't likely to come down anytime soon, but lower interest rates will make owning a home a little more affordable. As of last week, a 30-year fixed mortgage rate was 6.3% according to Freddie Mac, back. In mid-January, that number was more than 7%. If you did buy a home when rates were much higher, is now a good time to refinance your mortgage and get a lower rate?
The bigger spread that you could have between the rate you have now and the rate you'll get in the future, the faster that break-even point is going to arrive.
Stephen Cates with Bankrate says refinancing your mortgage can be expensive. It typically costs between 2 to 6% of the new loan amount. Then there's closing fees. Bankrate came up with this list breaking down just how much you can expect in other costs.
You're going to be doing a lot of work because essentially you're rerunning an entire contract for your home.
Kate says you have to really crunch the numbers, and it may be better to wait until rates come down more.
You may be slightly worse off financially in terms of, the net benefit to you over the next few months or even few years.
If you do want to refinance, Cates recommends shopping around for the best rate. You don't have to stay with your current lender. And make sure your credit score is good. The higher your score, the better rate you'll likely get. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
If the government shuts down this week, Social Security payments to senior citizens and other Americans will continue. The Social Security Administration released its updated contingency plan today. In the event of a government shutdown, the SSA will continue to handle new applications, appeals, and certain services. Some internal functions will not be available, though, during the shutdown. If it does in fact happen, the move could also mean Social Security recipients will have to wait longer to learn how much their monthly payments will increase next year. Congress has until midnight Tuesday to approve a new federal spending bill.
And the U.S. Department of Education is also preparing for a possible government shutdown. The Education Department's officials announcing its contingency plan. It says nearly 1,500 of its 1,700 employees would be furloughed. That includes most staff at the Office of Federal Student Aid. Some essential employees would stay on, however, to keep loans and grants moving. If the shutdown happens and lasts longer than a week, the department says it would have to bring back some workers to work on a partial or rotating basis. Go ahead and take a live look outside from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera on this Monday evening. Rain over the weekend, but a gorgeous day to kick off the work week. We have meteorologist Jerry Steffen in next with a look at your 7-day forecast.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these
Welcome back, everybody. Here's a live look outside our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera on this Monday evening. We hope you had a nice weekend, didn't get too wet in that storm we saw that moved through, but some blue skies returning today. Let's check in with meteorologist Jerry Steffen for the next 7 days.
Yesterday, Palm Springs hit 92 degrees. The day before that, 92. The day before that, 92. Below the 97-degree normal, and will be slightly below normal again the next couple of afternoons. Nothing in radar over Southern California. Dry in that aspect. As far as temps tonight, overnight lows in the low to middle 70s here in the valley. 60s up north, upper 50s, lower 60s around Banning, Beaumont, and Cabazon. Again, mostly clear skies. Now, tomorrow we have a trough of pressure. It stays to the north of us, but close enough to tighten up the pressure gradient. So winds will begin to pick up a little bit on Tuesday afternoon and evening. Temperatures still slightly below normal, mid to upper 90s around the Coachella Valley, and we'll see mostly sunny skies. As far as winds, they do pick up on Tuesday, but only in the wind-prone areas. San Gorgonio Pass, around 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds late in the day, and 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds around Desert Hot Springs and wind-prone areas along and north of I-10. Backs off a little bit Wednesday, more so on Thursday. Surface moisture, we had dew points near 60 degrees earlier today. That drops to the mid-40s tomorrow. Drier air begins to filter into the area Wednesday and Thursday for the Coachella Valley. Okay, as far as temps on Tuesday, 94 degrees in Palm Springs, 97 Indio, 85 at Cabazon, 84 at Joshua Tree. And then on Wednesday, still lots of sunshine and temperatures in the middle to maybe some upper 90s around the Coachella Valley, not all that bad. Saturday, things change a little bit. We're going to see triple digits again? Well, it'll come close. Saturday, we do have a ridge of high pressure over the southwest. It'll bring those numbers up to around 98 to 102. So a few triples are possible. Right now, the forecast says Saturday, Palm Springs high at 98 degrees, 99 at Indio, Mecca 100 degrees, Thousand Palms 101. Comfort Air 70 forecast. A few clouds Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies late in the day with gusty onshore winds, middle 90s. Still below 100 degrees Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Getting close on Saturday.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Well, welcome back. You get those certain feelings to kick off, whether it's a new school year or when you wake up Christmas morning. That's the feeling we have today in the Coachella Valley. The Firebirds back on home ice today to drop the puck on their training camp ahead of season 4. Now, we're here and not there because Acrisure is being treated like the White House tonight because of Paul McCartney and company. But we do know that they were back on the ice. I tell you this because tomorrow morning we'll treat as a preview and media day. Tomorrow morning we'll be at Acrisure Arena all day long. We'll talk to some familiar faces, of course, and then some of the new faces as well. And we can't forget about head coach Derek Laxdal. So we'll meet the team tomorrow morning at Acrisure Arena. Now later this week at Acrisure, it's certainly a busy next 10 days. The Los Angeles Lakers return to the desert for the third consecutive season. The Lakers and the Suns will hit the hardwood Friday night, an exhibition game at 7 p.m. Point guard Austin Reeves, nice enough to join us today on his experience here in the Valley, and especially over the last few seasons.
Yeah, I think just like you said, just the atmosphere, the fans have been great. The energy in the building's been really good. And it's just, like you said, it's fun to be able to go to places where, fans might not be able to make it to, all the way up to here to watch a game, just to be able to, reach more Lakers fans because, we got them all around the world. Yeah, just appreciate y'all for all y'all's support. Come out and keep the energy high as always, as it has been. The last couple of times that we've been there, it's been a lot of fun to see the fans and how much how engaged they are and how much that they love us and the Lakers. So just thanks for all y'all's support.
Again, this will be the third straight season the Lakers have visited the desert in front of sold-out crowds. Now, tickets are still available at AcrissureArena.com. And important to note, if you haven't heard already, kicking off the Magnificent Seven with Paul McCartney tonight at Acrisure Arena. For more information on all the events over the next 10 days, visit our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
Glenn Powell co-created and stars in the new comedy series Chad Powers. He plays a disgraced college quarterback who tries to come back years later with a new identity. David Daniel spoke with Powell.
It's time for you to move on. There's just one problem, Dad. I'm not done with football.
Glenn Powell's Russ Holiday tries to reinvent himself as Chad Powers.
South Georgia's having open tryouts. I'm gonna do a Mrs. Doubtfire, but with football.
Easier said than done.
You here to try out? What's your name?
Jay.
And last name?
When you get on that field and you're wearing the pads and the jerseys and you're lining up behind everybody, it is a thrill. It's hard to describe how thrilling it is.
Yeah. I played high school ball, and I remember the last time. I remember taking off my helmet going, I think this is the last time I'll ever do this.
Wow.
This might be the last time.
That was one hell of a performance. You can take your helmet off.
I'm going to leave it on.
Why?
In this helmet, I feel strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like a strong, powerful male.
The very first day I worked with Glenn, I hadn't heard the voice yet. And when he came out and we did our rehearsal, I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to make it through today.
In what part of West Virginia?
So if you go west in West Virginia, it's the westest of the west of Virginia.
I really struggled, and multiple times I was like, you guys, I swear I've done this before. I'm sorry I'm not doing a good job, but I broke many, many times.
There was one scene that we had where, and I think you were off scene, but Perry was just dying laughing every single time. Yeah, and I was just like,
together.
You were born for this moment. Every choice, every mistake carried you to this spot.
When it ended, I was like, wait, no, more.
Yes.
Because it's also just like it's a big energy show too. When you have when you're working in a stadium and every seat is full, you're like, whoa, this is grand.
Why are you helping me?
Because no one is beyond second chances.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at at 6 a.m. Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton.
All right, before we go, Super Bowl 60 is just a few months away, but we now know who's performing for the halftime show. It's three-time Grammy Award winner Bad Bunny. The NFL and Apple Music making that announcement this weekend. Bad Bunny released his latest album last January. It was his 6th solo album. Rumors swirling for months that another pop singer, Taylor Swift, might headline the halftime show. Of course, we know she is married to Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. Earlier this month, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell hinting that Swift may be the performer during a TV interview, but apparently we've got Bad Bunny on stage, and I think a lot of people were excited. I think Taylor Swift has been around the NFL enough that people were like, let's bring somebody else in.
People put an article out that it's free because you're promoting and Taylor didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Business decision.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to do it for us. Nightly News is next. We're back here tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll see you then.